Hello everyone and welcome to another Hallyu Sees It review. This week is turning out to be a little bit of a chemistry course, but don't worry, it's a fun chemistry course. If you're like me, you did not do very well in chemistry, but this and the next few games that I'll be reviewing have a chemistry kind of scientific lab theme to them. And so let's go ahead and look at the first one I want to highlight today is Dr. Eureka. Mix the molecules, master the formula. It is 1 to 4 players, ages 8 and up. Published by Blue Orange Games. This is a dexterity logic game, and it is really fun for the family and for the kids. So let's go ahead and take a look at what comes in the box. Go ahead and look at the box first, actually. Very nice quality box with some nice finish touches on it. The box lid includes 2 windows with a very nice hard plastic that is very securely fastened, looks like with some glue, to the inside of the box. A lot of time those windows and things I know can be flimsy. This one, very pleased with. I'm sure it will hold up very well to the testament of time. And in the box you have a nice insert that holds all of the test tubes. There are 12 of these plastic test tubes. And then you have, of course, the balls. There's 24 balls, 8 green, 8 purple, 8 red. And there's an open slot here for your 54 challenge or challenge cards. And of course there's 3 slots here for additional test tubes and the windows on the box lineup with those there. So nice little insert, everything fits in there nicely. The lid closes. Very pleased with how everything fits in the box. The cards are good quality as well. Nothing real fancy. There's no linen finish or anything, but the cards have a nice thickness to them. So very nice quality cards there as well. If we take a look at the actual balls themselves, they are very nice. They're shiny. I got a nice shine to them. I haven't had any issue with any of the test tubes or the balls chipping or anything of that matter. So I've been very pleased with the quality of those. Rule book. The rules, very simple. It is front and back here on this little thing. It folds up to the size just under the size of this. But as you can see, really there's some variants and stuff on the back as well. So the game is quite simple as far as the gameplay. Everyone will get 3 test tubes with 2 of each color, oriented as such. Well, actually, the rule book does have it specifically lined up like this for your very first one. And someone will simply flip over the top card, and everyone will try to arrange their balls as shown on the challenge card. Now, the restrictions here is that you cannot allow a ball to fall out of the test tube. If it falls out onto the table, you're out for that round and you're no longer eligible to win that card. You can also not touch, so you can't be like, oh, and then hold it and then let it go. You cannot do that. You cannot touch the balls. You're working with some chemicals here, and safety first. So you cannot touch the ball. But other than that, you're going to be moving these back and forth. It's kind of hard with one hand, so I won't really attempt to show you that. But the first one to arrange these in the order of the card shown, and you need the test tubes arranged in specifically left to right as shown as well, will shout out Eureka. And if they have correctly solved the puzzle first, they will claim the card, and then we'll flip over a new one. Now, in between that, before we flip over a new one, you do not set your balls up to the original setup at the beginning of the game. Everyone will leave their balls exactly the way they are. Even if they made it to this or were nowhere close, they will keep theirs the same. The other interesting thing about this is the game does allow you to flip it over. So if you needed a certain color sequence and then you have another card that comes up and you're like, oh, I just need to flip this. If I could just flip this test tube over, I could get it. You can do that, which is an interesting element because you need to be a little careful because once you flip it over, it's pretty much impossible to try to flip it back over without losing some of the balls outside onto the table or touching them with your hand. If you had flipped one of these over, before you flip over a new card, everyone who has upside down test tubes will flip them right side up. And that is really the game. There is a couple variations. You can make it so that everyone has to hold all three test tube in their hands, and so you can't set one down, and that adds another kind of difficulty to the dexterity element of the game. There's also a variation where you'll flip it over and everyone quickly bids how many moves they think they can do it in. And the person who bid the fewest number of moves will attempt it first. If they can do it, then they'll get the card. If they can't do it, then it will go to the next person who had the lowest bid, and so forth. So those are the variants. You can, make up your own little variants as well. It's interesting. I like the variations, and I like the fact that you can make it more difficult then for adults versus kids. So you could have the kids just be able to play, but you have the adults. The adults have to have these in their hands. You could even make someone, if they're really good, just do it one-handed. So there's kind of ways to handicap people to bring kind of balance to the game among the different players. So very pleased with the quality of the product. The gameplay is very quick, very fun. I love the logic element to this. It gets my kids thinking, how do I actually accomplish getting these there? I need to, move this. I need to first move one of these green balls out of this one so I can get the red one there. And it's kind of this spatial thinking and logical thinking mixed with dexterity, and it's brilliant. And Blue Orange Games looks like they're going to continue with this line a little bit. I'll review Dr. Microbe here very shortly. And Dr. Beaker is coming out this year, I do believe, as well. Another game in the Eureka line. So very pleased with Dr. Eureka. Check it out. Very much well worth your time if you're looking for a fun dexterity logic game for the family or the kids. And that is how Lou sees it.